Hi everybody, this is Megan Demand, aka Cartoon Star 92. Oh wait. Hi everybody, this is Megan Demand, aka Cartoon Star 92. Today's video we're gonna watch is Animation Explosion number 9 from Yoshi Player and the Sponge on the One trailer trash. So yeah, today I'm not reacting to a Meta Runner episode. I will resume watching Meta Runner on March 23rd. In my previous video, since it took a break from episodes, I'm going to take a break from episodes too. So while I wait for March 23rd, I'm going to react to other animated videos on Monday. The animated video I chose was an Annoying Orange video, and he's reacting to animated videos on Monday. The animated video I chose was an Annoying Orange video, and he's reacting to the Sponge on the Run trailer. But before I talk about that video, let's talk about this one. And it's the Animation Explosion number 9. And the movie Yoshi Player is talking about today is the Lion King 2019 remake. So yeah, I need to tell you something. Disney made a for all you guys know, Disney has been making live action remakes of their popular animated films, starting off with Alice in Wonderland. Then they did a sequel to that film, even though the animated one didn't have one, called Alice Through the Looking Glass, which I know the animated version didn't have a sequel, but the book based on Alice in Wonderland actually did have one, and it was Through the Looking Glass. And that's where Tweedledee and Tweedledum come from. They originally came from that book before Walt Disney put them on the animated version of the first book, even though they didn't appear in the first book. Then after that, the Disney company started to make live action remakes of various animated movies, and from all you get, and I really didn't like all of them except for one. And I didn't really like these live action remakes that much. They're even putting some on Disney Plus. I mean, they only had one so far, like Lady and the Tramp, but the other two movies they have planned for the streaming service next time are The Sword and the Stone and the Lilo and Stitch live action remakes. Yeah, I'm not looking forward for those. I hated all of them except for one, which is the Lion King 2019 remake. Basic, Basically, this one's a lot different than all remakes because from all live action remakes, because well, this one's completely animated and it only features like a few live action shots. It's kind of like a live action animated hybrid, except well, no live action, but except no human actors, because usually live action hybrids usually have human actors, but this one isn't. But this one doesn't. And I read on Wikipedia that even though they have live action footage of the wolf of like the African savannah, but no animated characters interacted, and most of the savannah is basically animated as well. So let's react to this next animation explosion video in 3, 2, 1.
Why are you reviewing the Lion King remake? This is an animation. Well, as hard as it is to admit, it technically is. Outside of the first shot, everything in this movie was animated or done with computers. A fact that was even confirmed by the director himself. And you know what? If I can use that as an excuse to review this movie,
Yeah, the
I'll
director
happily
confirmed
oblige
this
you
is
because
animated.
wow. I don't think I've seen a movie this year that genuinely made me feel depressed. And no, I don't mean that the movie itself made me feel sad. The mere existence of it and the impact it's left is what made me depressed. Because The Lion King remake is one of the most shallow, soulless, empty movies I've seen in a very long time. Simba is the newborn prince of Pride Rock and is soon to become the new king after his father Mufasa. But his brother Scar, who was originally next in line to be king before Simba, schemes a plan with a group of hyenas to kill Simba and Mufasa by trapping Simba in a gorge with storming wildebeest and throwing Mufasa to his death. Simba manages to escape and leaves the Pride Land with Gil believing he was responsible for Mufasa's death and comes across two outcasts named Timon and Pumbaa. They teach him about the philosophies of Hakuna Matata, which changes him into a different person. Meanwhile, Scar has taken over the Pride Land, turning it into a barren wasteland, and Simba's childhood friend Nala finds him and tries to convince him to take his rightful place as king. And summing up the plot in of itself already creates the first problem with this movie. If it sounded exactly the same as the animated one without any differences, then you're absolutely right. Because this movie adds almost nothing new to change the narrative in any way. What I'm trying to say is, if you've seen the 1994 animated film, then you'll probably think me summing up the story was a waste of time. That is the first sign of this movie's laziness, when you know everything I just said can already be applied to the original. I'll at least give the other live-action remakes credit and say they at least added a few new things to make them different from the originals. Doesn't automatically make them good movies, but I can tell they were at least trying some things different. I'm not joking when I say the Lion King remake is practically taking almost all elements of the original and pasting it into a CGI environment. There's barely anything new added to the narrative to make it seem fresh and new again. Considering this movie is 30 minutes longer than the original, that could have given the filmmakers plenty of opportunities to expand on character backstories, to learn more about them, or give off new motivations and set pieces to give us something new to explore. But instead, it's trying to be exactly like the original. How its pace is the same, how the scenes play out is the same. There are no substantial differences in this movie to make it seem different than the original. And the acting does not hold any other favors. I mean, when you're remaking a movie with these talented actors, you've got to at least recreate the same energy and warmth the original left. But the new actors sound so dead and lifeless with their performances that you swear all of it was just the first take. And even
Well,
when they
Mufasa's actor returned. That's true.
too over the top and lacking any kind of emotion.
Oh, I'm not kidding. His actor did return.
James Earl Jones sounds so tired with his performance. Actually, now that I think about it, if they were going to bring back James Earl Jones just to appeal to nostalgic fanboys, then why didn't they get some of the other actors back? I mean, I know you couldn't get back Rafiki's voice actor since he passed away, but why
that's
couldn't they
true.
get Jeremy Irons back as Scar, or Whoopi Goldberg as Shenzi, or Nathan Lane and Ernie Sabella as Timon and Pumbaa? I'll tell you why. It's so Disney can hire these star-studded celebrities that don't fit with these characters at all. Like, who's gonna imagine Nala being voiced by fucking Beyonce of all people? But without any doubt in my mind, the absolute worst element of this whole movie is how soulless and dead it is. Now, I'll admit right off the bat that, yes, the technology for this movie is really impressive. The animators did a very accurate job making this animated project look like real life. But there lies the problem. You're trying to make the animals look realistic, but you're also recreating one of the most emotional and heart-packed films of all time. So now that you're trying to make the animals look real, it sucks out any of the emotion that the characters have. Especially since for about 90% of the movie, they emote nothing beyond their blank and dead faces. Like, yeah, I guess every once in a while there's a tiny bit of expression, but I don't think I can recall a single moment where the emotion left an impact on me. The original's emotion was done well not because it was animated, but because the story was made to fit an animated film. They wanted to have this movie about singing and dancing animals that could get across emotion that real-life animals wouldn't, so they had to stick with animation regardless. It was a movie that wouldn't have worked with any other art style because what it set out to do gave The Lion King its emotional crux. But that doesn't work with this live-action remake because the photorealistic animals don't fit within a grand story trying too hard to be epic and intense. And this wouldn't be so much of an issue if they could at least make the characters emote more than what they're capable of. I know that would ruin the photorealism the movie.
I do really like the movie, but the only problem I had with this is how come the characters don't have any facial expressions or don't have any facial expressions? That's my problem.
Disney have done this over a decade ago, and it worked. I'm of course talking about the Chronicles of Narnia with its lion character Aslan. While it's true that Aslan doesn't necessarily look real, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to have your characters.
Oh yeah, they have done a realistic lion before. They did this in the Narnia movie.
The director knew that giving Aslan a realistic design wouldn't have worked because it wouldn't play an emotional crux to the story, so they sacrificed some of the realism to make it more expressive, and it worked incredibly well. I mean, if you took the audio out in the Lion King remake, would you ever be able to tell how the characters are feeling? I never got to see the devilish scheme grins that Scar gave, or the over-the-top goofy expressions Timon and Pumbaa gave. Worst of all, though, is the goddamn stampede scene. This is supposed to be one of the biggest heart-pounding scenes in movie history because in the original it showcased all the emotions that Simba would be feeling in a situation like this. But here, they don't have him emote anything while he's potentially going to get trampled to death. Hell, when Simba shouted at his father dying, I actually laughed in the audience. Now, are there any differences that don't involve the narrative? Well, kind of, but they actually make this movie even worse. For example,
How?
the remake gives a fairly blatant answer to how Scar got that scar on his face because he tried to challenge Mufasa. Okay, so if that's the case, why does every other lion believe him when he says Simba killed Mufasa or that he tried his hardest to save them both? This asshole challenged your king, and now you believe he tried to save them? And despite most of the songs being the same, Be Prepared is changed to be insultingly short compared to the original, but the real question is why they even changed it into a speech lasting a few sentences with some uninteresting music playing in the background. They also show off
Yeah, another problem I have with it. Okay, there are two problems that they changed them. Be prepared with something else. Prepared for much. They changed Be Prepared to more of a speech than a villainous musical number.
The worst of all is the scene when Simba's hair flies to Rafiki, where instead of what I just mentioned, decides to show the hair flying around, landing in a bird's nest, getting eaten by a giraffe, and later shot out into a ball of shit that a little dung beetle rolls around. Another problem with the movie is that the differences are so few and far between that anything positive I could say about this movie can already be applied to the original. Like the soundtrack, for instance. It sounds great. Hans Zimmer really knows how to nail an epic tone, but it also sounded good in the original. Timon and Pumbaa are still funny characters in this movie, but they were also funny and arguably more funny in the original. But you know which scene I think perfectly showcases all the inherent problems with this remake?
What?
The Hakuna Matata scene. One of the most iconic scenes in the original movie, showcasing how happy the characters are in their carefree environment, doing a brilliant job displaying each of their personalities, all the while pulling off some beautiful scenery and happy attitude. The remake just has the trio walking in a straight line with no emotion, no beat, no colour, just stuff. That's the best way to sum up the Lion King remake. It's just stuff happening. Stuff that in no way gets an emotional impact from me and only exists just to take everyone's money and walk out. I mean, let's be real here for a second. Did The Lion King really need a remake? There was barely anything in it that needed to be fixed. But if Disney is going to remake it, try a new point of view. Offer a new interpretation of the story, like a universe where the animals don't talk and simply get emotion across through body language. But of course they didn't do that. Disney had no care put into this movie because all they wanted to do was come in, make fast
What?
money, and
Do you want it to be more like the 100 Mile Dalmatians remake? No, just try to make it more like the original Lion King.
The same grand story with lifeless looking animals, and worse off, animals that aren't even there in the first place. I know it seems like I'm just shitting on this movie because it's a remake of the original, but that's the exact problem. This movie doesn't want to exist to be its own thing. It wants to exist just to cash in on people's nostalgia, crushing any of the heart, care, and expression that the original had. And considering Jon Favreau, the director of this movie, worked on Jungle Book, a movie that had enough differences to make it stand out from the original and still kept it fresh and exciting, it's all the more obvious why the Lion King remake exists. That's why this movie is
Yeah, the Jungle Book remake. That's more of a live action animated hybrid film. Where they basically just use photorealistic CG animals with just one human. Yeah, they only had one human actor in the Jungle Book. Which makes sense because there was only one human character in the Jungle Book too. Until they added other human characters in the direct-to-video sequel.
The bullshit I went through in this movie, watching the original again feels like a fucking ascent to heaven. Is it the worst animated film of the year? It's close, but there's a couple of movies I saw that I consider worse. As a standalone movie, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who hate this film. And I can't believe Yoshi Player was one of them. But for me, I do like this. I do like this remake. It tries to show the original film, but animated to make it look realistic. And I know he wanted to make them not talk and speak through body language, but come on, it would just feel like they're trying to make it look like their first attempt at live action remake, which was the horrible 101 Dalmatian movie, which later spun into the animated 101 Dalmatian series, I think it's more of a which I think it's more of an animated show based on the live action 90s movie than the 60s film. Even though it has a similar animation style to the 60s film, it's kind of based on the 90s movie. I think it's more based on the 90s movie because, well, Blame It on George said that it takes place in the 90s than the 60s, and 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 it's more cartoonish than being more realistic in the 60s film, and kind of more like the 90s film too. Guess they made it cartoonish probably to imitate those other cartoons from the 80s and 90s, because the cartoonish humor makes me think of the 80s and 90s cartoons from Hanna-Barbera and Warner Brothers. So yeah. Next up, trailer an annoying orange video, where he reacts, which is Sponge on the One trailer trash. So yeah, trailer trash is these group of videos that Orange and his friends did throughout 2015 to 29 throughout the late 2010s. Orange and his friends actually make fun of movie trailers. They actually 2015 wasn't the first year they did this, because I remember on the annoying orange website, which is no longer up, they actually did their first trailer trash in 2011, which was only available on the website, and then they were making fun of I think, Mission Impossible trailer. I think the trailer to the Mission Impossible movie, the one that was released in the early 2010s. Yeah, I think they decided that would be the only one they ever made. That is, until the late 2010s, when they decided to revive that idea and upload these on the official YouTube channel. And that video where they react to that Mission Impossible trailer, yeah, it's pretty much lost. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much lost media, unless somebody downloaded that video years ago and didn't even bother uploading it to YouTube. Either they did, and I haven't even searched it on YouTube or any other websites yet. But yeah. Hey, Danebo, Annoying Orange, please upload that Mission Impossible trailer trash video, please. So yeah. The movie trailer that they're making, and they mostly do it in more of a mystery science theater style. So yeah. This isn't the first time they reacted to a trailer to a SpongeBob film. The first time they ever did this was the second SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, which I kind of like, which I do like because they combine a lot of different animation techniques like 2D, 3D, stop motion, and flash animation. So yeah, it was pretty much a combination of 4 different animation styles. But in the third SpongeBob movie, they just went with stop motion style CGI, similar to the Lego movie and the Peanuts movie. Yeah, I have no idea why they went with Lego movie style stop motion. So yeah. But I do like it. The animation makes me think of the Peanuts movie. And I don't know if any animated studio want to make animated films based off of cartoon show CGI, or doing it a Lego movie style CGI, because then we'll be stuck with stop motion style animated movies. But oh well. But I mean, Pokemon did a CGI film, and that wasn't made stop motion style. I think they just experimented with CGI so they can experiment with other animation techniques. But yeah. So anyway, let's go up with the trailer trash for the Annoying Orange trailer. I already reacted to the Sponge on the Run trailer by myself last year. So, but this time I react to a video with the Annoying Orange style. So let's see it in 3, 2, 1.
Once again, I was not invited.
Yeah, it's a running gag. Grapefruit never gets invited to most of these trailer trashes.
I'm so excited, you guys. Oh, you're excited that Brett likes it now, too? I'm excited because we're going to watch the SpongeBob trailer. Why'd you bring your kazoo here anyway? Well, I figured instead of a trailer review, we do a trailer kazoo. Looks like SpongeBob got roped into another movie. I love you so much, Gary. I love Gary too. Never forget the day we met.
Which is gonna be turned into a show pretty soon.
SpongeBob gets really absorbed in his work. It's a baby Gary. You want to be friends? Hey, that's the same reaction I have every time I hear Justin Bieber. Gary? Gary Licious? Gary Potamus?
Ew.
Gary the Gary Berry. No, don't worry. Gary's tough as nails.
Orange Y.
Pickle wheels? Yeah, they look delicious. That was good. Who's it gonna be? John West. Oh no, everyone in this movie's gonna die.
That's Kanye Reed.
Did I know that orange means kazoo master in Chinese? No, don't do it. I hate you. I've never been able to roll my R's. That's because you don't know what an R is. Oh. Are you not illiterate? Yeah, right. That's not an L, that's a 7.
7 starts with an L.
No, it doesn't.
Start with L?
It starts with an S.
Yeah, sure, whatever. That is your point. Oh, I love your sense of irony, Patrick.
Thank you. I love my sense of ironing too.
Pressing urge to go to this movie. Okay, that's enough iron puns. What? You have a problem with me? Let's iron it out.
Please, no iron puns.
Iron will.
What are we gonna say next? Your favorite movie's Iron Man? Okay, well, you didn't say it. What trailers do you want us to trash next? Oh, I have a suggestion. Why don't you trash the trailer for the upcoming movie Connected by the same guys that directed the Lego movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I Have a Chance at Meatballs, and a cartoon that I really think is underrated called Clone High. Yeah, they pretty much did a few anime. They pretty much directed like a lot of good animated content. And they only did like one cartoon show. Wow. Anyway, yeah, that's my suggestion they should react to. The trailer to the movie Connected. Even though they haven't reacted to they haven't trashed the other trailers to the other animated movies they directed or written. But yeah. I mean, they wouldn't trash Clone High. It's a show. I mean, they never trashed trailers to shows before. I mean, that would be stupid if they did. I mean, besides, Clone High got canceled in 2003. Why would they react to that? And also, Cloudy with a Chance at Meatballs 1 and 2 were released in 2009 and 2013 before you did a number of multiple trailer trashes. Plus, the Lego movie aired in 2014 too, and you didn't even react to the trashed trailers to Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse or the other Lego movies. But please, trash Connected. If you're watching this, please trash the trailer to the movie Connected. It's kind of good. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.